Is Trudeau any different so far?
Trudeau is no different at all. In fact, he openly supports Bill C-51, and he got behind the bill. That should be an eye-opener to people to show them that, it's the same left-right false paradigm. It's the same thing in the United States. We're having it here.
You're listening to The Corbett Report.
This is James Corbett of CorbettReport.com coming to you from Acapulco, Mexico on the 1st of March, 2015, as we record this conversation with my good friend Dan Dix of PressForTruth.ca. And he has traveled not so far as me, but still a long way to be here. And today we're going to talk not about Mexico, but about Canada, where some interesting political developments are unfolding ahead of this year's elections, where Harper looks like he may be replaced as Prime Minister, perhaps by a young upstart who will be well known to Canadians, but probably not so well known to the rest of the world. First of all, Dan, thank you so much for joining me.
No problem. My pleasure.
All right. So first of all, for the benefit of people out there who don't know the intricacies of Canadian politics, who is Pierre Trudeau? Not Pierre Trudeau.
Justin Trudeau is actually the son of Pierre Elliott Trudeau. For people who don't know, he was our former Prime Minister of Canada, and his son is now the young, charming, hope, change, up-and-coming savior of Canada that they are now propping up and positioning him now for leadership. So he's going to officially be the counter opposition to Harper, and it looks like they're just trying to whisk him in right now.
Yeah, a couple of things going on there. As you see, I already confused him with his father. And, of course, we have the Obama Hope and Change template that seems to be at work right now. So he is the head of the Liberal Party right now?
He is currently the leader. Interestingly enough, they don't necessarily have a platform, really. He's not really campaigning on any kind of one specific platform. However, something that he's doing, which we can see it for what it is going for the weed ticket. Right now, there's a lot of things happening with the legalization of marijuana in Canada. As far as the medicinal users, there's a lot of laws being changed right now. So Justin Trudeau is playing the weed ticket by saying, I'm going to legalize marijuana if you vote for me. And of course, he's getting all the young votes are just flocking towards him because of this. Unfortunately, people don't actually look into what he means by legalization. And as we know, all of these politicians often make promises that they never really keep. So it's funnily enough that I suppose is his campaign, that he's going to try to ride in on the weed ticket. So we're going to have to see how that one goes.
Yeah. Well, looking in from overseas, I can tell you that the only thing I know about Trudeau and what's being talked about is the weed issue. So, I mean, that's clearly what they're kind of setting him up for. I understand you've confronted him at least once?
I have spoken with him a number of times, confronted him about Bilderberg. His father attended the Bilderberg meetings, and knowing that he's now being shaped and groomed for this position, I figured there's got to be a good chance he's going to get invited. Knowing he's not been there yet, I asked, hey, Justin, if you were invited to Bilderberg, would you go to something such as that? And of course, his quick, short answer was, I'm not here to talk about Bilderberg. But we will be at Bilderberg this year in June in Austria, and I'm going to be keeping my eye out for him there because, of course, we have an election coming up in October. So it would be very interesting to see if the hare, as we call him in Canada, Justin, ends up showing up at Bilderberg this year.
Yeah, vote for the hair. Well, okay, so obviously this year is going to be a kind of make or break for this issue in particular. What are you working on in regards to this?
Well, we've decided that this is an issue that's incredibly important for Canadians to be aware of, so we're right now compiling a lot of interviews, a lot of footage for a piece that we're putting together we're going to call the Trudeau Deception, and really just lay it out there for people, show who his background is, where he came from, some of the lies, the promises that are based on nothing really, and expose him for who he is. So we don't have a release date set for that. Obviously, I'm going to see if I can find out if he's going to be at Bilderberg this year, so we're going to wait to release the film until after that, but of course we're going to have it out well before the election. So you can expect like a July kind of a release for this film.
I saw a little bit of a preview, including some interviews you've done with some people who seem to be incredulous at the idea that he won't be really change. He won't really bring the hope and change. Specifically, of course, thinking about what we've seen so far about Bill C-51 and the new terror legislation in Canada. Is Trudeau any different so far?
Trudeau is no different at all. In fact, he openly supports Bill C-51, and he got behind the bill. That should be an eye-opener to people to show them that, it's the same left-right false paradigm. It's the same thing in the United States. We're having it here. So it's completely plain as day obvious to me.
Excellent. Well, I'm very much looking forward to Trudeau's reception myself. I hope to see some of the Bilderberg footage in there, maybe if he does show his face. And at any rate, tell people where they can go to see all of your work.
The film will be released, as we do with all our films, for free on YouTube at Press for Truth or youtube.com/Weaving Spider. And then, of course, it'll be available on my website, pressfortruth.ca.
Dan Dix, pleasure to finally meet you. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you.